Hey, what's up guys? This is Brian at Whisper Status 74. You're looking at the Sony X950H Spears and Munsil demo disc. The reason why I want to shoot this video in 4K 60 is to try and get rid of some of the banding you see as this demo disc is filmed in 8K. The reason I want to do the video is, like the Sony 950G before it and the Sony Z9F before it, the reports of blooming and it's a bloom box. I mean, I'm seeing that in so many comments from people that dislike Sony. I, for one, like all the brands, but so many of you are not purchasing these displays. That's what happened with the 950G and the Z9F, was being considered a bloom box. All the hate that it got from different areas, people never really gave them a chance, and they're missing out on really gorgeous displays. If you like the Sony look, the natural look of Sony. Now the dithering you're seeing is still from my camera, even though I'm in 4K 60. I'm trying to show it to you as natural as possible, to show you the image that it displays. And why is that important? As if you like Sony, you like the image that it displays, the best way to see it is to just purchase or check it out, see for yourself. I'm seeing people that have never owned a Sony display tell me that it's a bloom box. The blooming's terrible. The blooming is awful. Right now, the aperture in the camera is set to standard. If it does bloom initially, you'll see it normalize when something hits the screen. That's not the display, that's the camera. Now, if I wanted to make this display look terrible, I could raise the aperture, I could go off angle and show you all this blooming. It's just that I'm hearing it in every video. And the challenge I have with that is not that you're criticizing me or anything, I could care less about that. It's more about people that recently bought these displays and they love them and they're happy with them, whether it's the 900F, the Z9F, the 950G. Now, I know there's always going to be that competition. Look at the black level. There's always going to be that competition of which manufacturer likes which. But when people are out there talking about blooming and crazy blooming and oh my god, the blooming, they're not in front of the display. Is there no blooming? We know that Sony rather go with shadow detail versus black level. We all understand that. However, I've seen so many people dismiss the 950G, dismiss the Z9F, dismiss all these incredible displays for this buzzword of blooming, which has been around forever. So this is not a rant video, it's just a quick video to tell you what I see here. It's a 49-inch 950H. Off angle, it exhibits blooming. It is a VA panel. It is going to be off angle. It's a smaller display that I have, so blooming is going to be more evident off angle. Right now the camera is basically in the middle of the screen. It looks incredible. All processing is shut off. It is just in its Cinema Pro. I'm filming in HDR, but it's not going to show up in HDR, and it's not even an HDR demo that you're seeing. It's actually the SDR. It looks gorgeous, and if you don't like Sony, I completely... And now watch that. That's blooming that you see from the camera. Now watch it dissipate. That's the camera getting used to it. Watch the blooming. That's the camera. Now see it normalize. So what I see and hear a lot, and again, it's not toxicity. I don't care about that. It's more about being misinformed and saying, oh, these things have blooming everywhere, you can't buy them, they're absolute garbage. I mean, I've heard that on so many different, manufacturers, but it simply just isn't true when it comes to the 950G, 950H. Now, I believe that if you do buy one and it has crazy blooming everywhere, you have a defective panel. It's just like if you bought a OLED and it burns in overnight. That is typically a defective panel. So this isn't a rant video. It's just to kind of talk about what I'm seeing here. And what I think a lot of you guys are missing out is on a gorgeous image. There's a reason why so many people love Sony. For me, I have a Sony. I enjoy a Sony. My next display, which should be here every day, any day now, is not a Sony. So I'm not tied to them in any way. I don't sell Sonys. But it is a gorgeous natural image. It has such a distinct look. And I think if you are dismissing them as an option simply because there's a bunch of people and a bunch of different videos and comments talking about blooming, you're not giving it a fair shot. And I think you're missing out on some pretty gorgeous picture quality, especially since their processing is second to none, their up conversion is second to none, their color is beyond accurate, and their image is beyond natural, which is something is exhibited in this demo. This is the Spears and Munsil disc, by the way. You can find it in the description. Thank you to Value Electronics for allowing me to have this display for so long. Check them out in the description as well. But it's a gorgeous image. Very natural. You don't have to mess with the settings a lot. It's completely black. Now the reason the camera blooms grabbing the other image, because the other image was so bright and it went over to this image. The other image before this was a little darker, but it's a gorgeous image. This is probably going to cut me off. Thank you as always, guys. This is not a rant video. It's just, I think the blooming conversation is just very overblown, and I think you guys are missing out on some amazing displays, whether it's the Z9F, the 950G, the 950H. I think they are gorgeous. If you like Sony, they're beautiful. They really are. Is there zero blooming? No. There's zero blooming on any LEDs is a misnomer. But the question is, do you want more shadow detail or black crush? You have to you have to choose for yourself. But they're gorgeous. But I personally feel the blooming thing is way out of control. That little reflection is from the back of my camera, by the way. There's a reason I use these discs for demos. Alright guys, thank you as always. Quick video. We'll be doing more settings videos and my new display should be here any day. I will talk to you soon. Thank you as always. Please consider liking and subscribing. Take care.